What do you wish wasn't so expensive? Story 1. Not having a car or having a car. Public transportation is so unreliable that not having your own car often means not working, and because you're not working you can't afford a car. But just take the bus? Well, rural America, let's say I have an 11:30 a.m. appointment. Bus runs at 9 a.m. or 12:30 p.m., so you take the 9 a.m. and wait 2 hours before your appointment, which, wouldn't you know it, your appointment gets out just after the 12:30 bus, so you wait for the 4 p.m. bus. Now imagine trying to coordinate a work schedule around busing that can arrive 15 to 30 minutes early or late and require you to spend hours on top of an 8 to 10 hour shift. So you have to have a vehicle your own to be reliable. But now you have purchased your $800 beater that might last a few years. But now continue $120 a month for insurance that costs $1,440 a year, or $640 more than your vehicle was worth. Plus $60 a week in gas because you're again rural and the nearest employer is 50 miles away or 100 miles round trip. 20 miles to the gallon, $3.50 a gallon, or $17.50 a day to travel. Insurance $120 per month, fuel $260 per month, so $380 is what you pay each month just for the ability to work. And maybe you're making $1,600 after taxes if you're lucky. Minus the $380, so actuality $1,220. Story 2. The worst part to me is the cost of materials for an EpiPen is so negligible. The epinephrine itself costs maybe $1, the materials to make the device probably costs like $5. There's likely a small chunk of change which is dedicated to paying research and development royalties, but at the end of the day we're still talking about a maybe $6 object being shelled out for more than $300. Would you be surprised to learn that Mylan has hiked the price up 500% since 2008? No, probably not. Because this is America, where essential, life-saving items will cost you as much they possibly can before too many people will literally choose death over buying it. One day a fucking bee will probably kill me simply because I refuse to buy into that dystopian nightmare. Story 3. Basic living. Food prices are absolutely ridiculous, and the fact that we have to pay for drinking water is beyond me. Tap water would of course be at least a little bit cheaper, especially with a soda stream, but the tap water in my apartment tastes like crap. Glasses. I don't understand why glasses aren't covered by health insurance, and in Germany so health insurance is quite different. I mean, it's not a damn fashion accessory. I literally couldn't work if I didn't wear glasses. I wouldn't even find my way to work. Dental insurance. Kinda along the same lines as with the glasses. I mean, we can go to the dentist here for free. That's not the issue and I do value that. But if you don't want amalgam fillings, then you have to pay. I'm kinda lucky here because I don't have to pay for synthetic/plastic fillings because I only have one kidney. There are certain procedures where you'd also have to pay. Not to mention that there are something like 1 million different insurances out there. How do you choose the right one? Traveling. To a certain extent I do understand it. But is it really necessary for a train ticket to be like 3x the price just because it happens to be the day after Christmas? And that's just within Germany. Don't get me started on traveling abroad. I really love to travel, naturally when COVID isn't a thing, but I can't really afford to go to the places I really want to visit. That makes me sad sometimes. Shoes, like good shoes. I'm never able to afford proper good shoes that not only last a while, but that also don't cause permanent damage to your feet in the meantime. Yeah, I have some orthopedic issues like an old granny. So I'm constantly having to buy them, but only shitty ones that will last a year, if I'm lucky, and then I'm back to buying shitty ones again. And again. And again. Story 4. My wife has severe asthma. We had no insurance in 2006 to 2007, TBH we didn't have insurance till 2012, and couldn't hardly afford the rescue inhaler so she had to use it sparingly, and space it out, and once it was gone we had to scrimp and save to get another one. Not even mentioning a 2-week supply of Advair that was $350 out of pocket that she absolutely needed. She literally almost died twice from asthma attacks. I mean legit turning blue, unable to breathe, losing consciousness and having to be resuscitated by paramedics twice. Eyes blood red from lack of oxygen. Shit is so scary. The second time after her week-long hospital stay, they gave her a 2-week supply of Advair, charged $800 to the bill. She is okay now and we have insurance. But being dirt poor is a death sentence in the US. You either accept the crushing medical debt that will keep you in poverty for the rest of your life, or you die. Rarely a middle ground. Story 5. Rent is stupidly expensive. Even in my podunk little town, a studio can go anywhere from $700 to $1,500. $700 is the absolute hood too, so be ready to buy a gun or a lawyer too to fend off the thieves. $1,000 will give you a one-bed in a boring part of town, or out in the sticks. Gentrification is slowly tearing two towns near me apart. I can only guess that landlords are trying to make their initial investment back, but quite frankly, they either don't know that they're the main reason for homelessness, or don't care. Meat, with all its subsidies and handouts, is still kind of fucking exorbitant. I should not be paying $15 for a small T-bone alone. People will blame the supply chain. But the reason the supply chain is fucked is once again due to corporate greed. The supply chain could be fixed tomorrow if they'd pay better and open more positions with more respect. The truth is, none of this will change or come down without massive social upheaval. They will continue to jack up prices as long as people will pay for it. Until there are mass boycotts, labor unions, and heavier regulation, they will continue to rise until only the well-off can afford such luxuries as a house, or salmon, or therapy. After all, growth and profits must be infinite. Story 6. University textbooks, and university as a whole in the US. LOL. This is education. Why are we paying money to have the capacity for benefiting our society? And on the topic of college being scammy, I'm a freshman at my uni majoring in biochemistry. Because of my AP college credit for high school courses I took the last 4 years, most of my classes are sophomore classes: sophomore calculus, chem, and bio. All the shit I've learned this year and all the thousands of dollars I've paid for my lectures and my labs have barely educated me on anything. 95% of the coursework is shit I already know or can easily figure with logic. The lame thing is, I can't skip these classes. I'm forced to take classes to learn things I already have a pretty above average understanding of in order to qualify for a degree. Need the degree for a job, need a high-paying job to pay for my potential future kids' education, and so on and so forth. Whatever happened to retaining a student's curiosity and interest in learning instead of deep-throating them with massive amounts of surface-level knowledge in a short time span and expecting them to regurgitate that information out to have even the smallest chance of a higher-than-average quality of life? Education is profit, science is politic, and people can't think for themselves anymore. Our society is collapsing and our planet is dying, and all people seem to care about is selfish materialism, power, and wealth. Story 7. Therapist. Wish they were normalized so people with terrible mental trauma could get help. Also, for it to not seems like they are gonna wrap you in a white jacket for just talking about your feelings. I understand though, it's that complex of not feeling weak, or just the money, or just being scared to go. I'm telling you, it helps to get a second opinion on your thought patterns. My GFS dad was a really mean, cold man and almost lost his marriage, but went to psychiatric therapy and over the course of a few months really turned around and became a more inviting person. Talk to a therapist. Story 8. I feel like it's just everything. If you do anything, someone will find a way to exploit you and extract as much money from you as possible. Want to go to college? That's hundreds of thousands of dollars, which we'll take in the form of loans that will accrue interest, so you'll wind up paying even more. Want to live somewhere after that? Pay a huge monthly fee for a shitty place where nothing works, so that you can never afford to put a down payment on somewhere you own. Want a job? We're going to talk you down to the lowest possible wage. We'll do just the bare minimum of the law, and get you to volunteer overtime, benefits, days off, or whatever else we can think of, meanwhile never promoting you or raising your wage. Want to go grocery shopping? The food is more expensive every time you go. Get sick? That'll be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in medical bills. Want to have a routine dental exam covered by insurance? Hey, the insurance company decided they didn't want to cover this one. Nothing you can do about that. Want to drive to work? You can either pay monthly for a newer car or spend money every month fixing an old one. But if you buy something too new, you get to do both. Since right to repair is going out the window, you have to take your electronic nightmare of a car to do the dealer where they'll be sure to charge you hundreds just to pop the hood. Want to have kids? Better have hundreds of thousands of dollars saved up. Want a dog? Be prepared to spend thousands at the vet. Want a hobby? Hundreds to get some equipment, hundreds if you want to take a class, and that's if you just want to be mediocre at it.